Welcome to Real Talk Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi and today we have mom, blogger, certified personal trainer and health coach Cassye Delphy on the show. Welcome Cassye, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, absolutely. It's very exciting to be talking with you today.
Thank you. You lost 23 pounds of fat and 3 pant sizes by eating clean and lifting heavy. What were your biggest challenges along the way?
My biggest challenges were just to stay consistent. I had a really hard time with sweets. I have a sweet tooth like the size of my head. And so I had to work out a program to make sure that I backed myself off of it very slowly. It took me about 6 months to get sugar sort of off the table for me. So I'd say that was the biggest challenge.
Right. And before the interview, you mentioned that you are a big advocate of demystification of the weight room for women. What are some of the common misconceptions and what are your thoughts there?
Well, I think women are very uncomfortable, even in a really nice setting, like a kind of a country club sort of gym. They're very apprehensive about approaching the weight bench just because historically and stereotypically, the big bulky guys are hulking and grunting and sweating and throwing things around. And I really try to get women to understand that they belong there just as much as everybody else does. And once they get a little strength and confidence under their belt, it's much easier for them to claim their space. But it can be, a real challenge. So that's the biggest goal. And there are still people today who feel like lifting weights makes you big and bulky. And salute any flag that's raised that says otherwise. And that's one of my big goals.
How did you go from those initial steps to the long-term sustainable changes you've made in your life?
Really step by step, kind of baby steps. I've always been interested in working out and training, and I was really thin for most of my life. But once I turned the corner at about 37, 38, and then had a baby on top of that, it really made it a challenge. And when you go from eating pretty much whatever you want to eat to having to eat, really clean, whole, unprocessed foods, it's a big challenge. So it took me about 10 years to work my way into that lifestyle. So my goal is to try to help people do that in a much sooner time frame because an entire decade is way too long. You can do it, much sooner. But that's the way I approached it, was just baby steps, getting one thing set and then moving on to the next and sort of building on that progress.
Right. And it's never too late, right?
Never. It's never too late. Ever, ever, ever.
And how do you find balance between being a mom, wife, and a fitness professional?
Oh, I'm still working on that, Miriam. I don't know. It's a big juggling act. I really try to prioritize my family time, and I block times of my schedule out specifically for them. So, for instance, I don't train after 6 p.m. There are certain days that I block out that I set aside specifically for me time. Because if I don't, it was so easy when I first started training just to lose sight of your goals and, what you need to be doing as an individual. And so I've had to back myself out of that, build my training programs into my schedule along with all my clients, which is kind of hard to do when you're first starting out and you just want to go, 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 right?
I know you're all about helping people and consider that your purpose. Why is that so important to you?
I feel like I'm just paying forward all of the love and support and encouragement I got when I started my journey back in 2012. There are so many fitness professionals out there who are willing to help just for free, to comment back, to send emails. And so I really felt I owed it to society to kind of pay forward all the gratitude and help and information that I got. I really just feel like it's something that needs to happen.
At what point did you decide that it was time to start sharing your story, and was that scary at first?
Oh, it was really scary. But I think what helped me start talking about it was people were approaching me, asking me what had happened. They noticed a difference, they noticed a change. And, the more I talked about it, the more I thought, well, I could just write this all up and not have to talk about it so much and really, get the words down and the thought process down. And so the first thing I did was write a story for bodybuilding.com that got published. And that sort of launched me into the stratosphere because I did get some women who I will call the founders of 43fitness.com, the website that I started, because they contacted me. They were almost exactly my age. There was a handful of about 5 or 6 women that I connected with, and we started a conversation, and that sort of how it got started.
You're in your 40s now. What would you say to women who feel the way you felt a few years back and want to get back in control of their health and happiness?
They just have to get over it. Get over what society is telling you, that you have to just sit back and accept everything that is happening to you. Because as a mom, it's so wonderful to be involved in your family, to be involved in everything that they're doing. But there comes a time when you need to take some of that back. And in order to be the best mom, in order to be the best provider, you need to take care of yourself. And it's amazing. If I could just bottle up how I feel on a daily basis and hand it out to people, even women who are, 10 years younger than me, like 35, 34 years old, they don't believe that they can get back to that feeling because they forget how good the body is meant to feel. And that's my job, is to help remind them. It is so possible. It is so possible.
And you're doing such an amazing job.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
And one of the things you feel strongly about is the trend with women in their 40s who discount self-care and prioritize others at all costs. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's part of that, what I call the vortex of motherhood, getting sucked in. And when you have an infant, it pretty much is going to take all of your time. That infant is depending on you for food, for, everything it needs. But eventually, the infant grows and gains some independence. And it's so hard for us to let go of them because we feel like they need us so much. But it's really helpful to society. It's helpful to your children. It's helpful to your family as a whole to help, build that independence for them and help let go just a little bit, just enough to remember who you were, reach back, find that girl that you used to be, and be able to give her a little bit of attention for a change.
And where can people learn more about you and connect with you online?
The best place to find information about me is at 43fitness.com. I'm also on Facebook and Pinterest. And I'm pretty much interacting every single day. It's kind of my life.
Great.
Trying to connect everywhere.
Great. And I will also make sure to put your links below this video.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you would like to talk about today that you feel we've missed?
I guess the only thing I really want to just drive home is that in terms of exercise, resistance training is crucial. It's absolutely crucial to health and wellness and energy and strength and balance. So just to give you an example, it's something that you need to be able to get out of a car, to get out of a chair, to get off the toilet when you're 75, 80 years old. And no amount of cardio is going to do that for you. You have to, keep that strength going, protect your bones. And so that's just something I want to sort of drive home because it's, again, something that women are sort of shy of and afraid to embark upon.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Cassye.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.
You're most welcome. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Miriam Khalladi. For more inspiration, check out our website at realtalkrealwomen.com.